Started on Wednesday.
Dave, can you come grab it? Hey, Dave. I did. Oh, okay. I'm gonna send this over. I know that you already just told us, yeah, I got, I'll keep that at the table.
He smacked her.
He was working on his face up.
Is that this
All right, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
Well, now better because they're fixing the fix.
Great news. Wow. What is that?
It's on GPS, so whenever they decide to call me and see where I'm at.
Exactly. You guys should do it. You guys should just wear one here.
Holy no, my thing vibrates every time I do that. Like, that's everybody on a deck. It's the echo club.
Exactly. You can't stop.
But I'm not going nowhere.
Sure. So, announcement. I will do Thursday and my Thursday, my Friday MRT. We can do it right after group, so we can knock it out. Okay, so whoever was gonna do MRT with me Thursday, then on Friday, we'll do it today after group, after the second group, of course. So I'll squeeze in time to do that. How many of you are going to do MRT with me today?
I got my stepson.
So 1, 2, yeah, okay, Mateo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, we're good.
I'll do.
7. Yay!
Maybe I
I got 7 and 8 done. Can I do them both?
What?
What time? 11:30?
Yeah, let's try and knock it out after group. I know you guys have lunch after that, but at least you get 2 people in, then we just come back at 1.
So I can do my 7 and 8.
No, we can't. Only 1.
Ain't gonna get no done.
Okay.
Is that something you do?
No.
See, that's his nephew, you know, he got to put something with a Here. Kyle, you remember basketball? No, come up with sorry excuses.
Everybody got a hand up. I didn't get one.
No, that's crazy, bro.
And that's your main dude too.
Yeah, they done gave me a sanction talking about they gonna put me on this and took my job. This bitch.
That's so weird to think you actually. Might take it off now. You're like,
Bro,
Jonathan, don't have to-
bro.
Okay. So we'll do our MRT and then you guys do lunch and then we resume. So this everybody will, be able to have theirs in for this week. Great, sorry about the Thursday and I apologize about Friday, but it was out of my hands. So, but we'll make it up today.
I had a lot in your hands.
This charge hit me on Thursday evening. I have to. Yesterday was training all day. So, yeah. Okay, how's everybody's morning? Good? How's breakfast? Again?
Sausage, pancakes, and a bowl of cereal.
I mean, they called it
Right. Oh, well, coffee barely. Okay, so another reason why we should finish the program to go home and have breakfast and eat whatever we want, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See? Good push. Okay. So there are some things in this program that we always encourage everybody to do and to have in order for everything to get done, everything to fall into place. So everybody gets a chance to do what they have to do in a respectful manner. Sometimes we get so caught up in the everyday, I know this guy, I know this lady, he's cool, she's cool, that we don't put boundaries. And a lot of times relationships or professional relationships will deviate and bounce back and forth because there are no boundaries. And then without boundaries, then the misconceptions come in, the misinvolvements come in, I thought you said, I thought you wanted come in, and then it just becomes an array of problems. So to the people outside, it seems like favoritism, seems like political, seems like, you're kissing somebody's ass. No, it's just that there are no boundaries. Is there a healthy relationship without boundaries? No, because it's not romance, it's professional relationship. Even in your romance life, you should have boundaries, right? No, if I'm with you, well, no, you can't go sleep with nobody else. So boundaries. Why? You decide. So we are going to try to see how we can set some healthy boundaries. After we get done with this, if you guys want to do the mock, we can.
What's that?
Mock is what we have people do here. The stand-up.
Are you gonna be in it?
I'll do one.
All right.
It was fun the last time.
How far are we thinking?
It was fun because I hope. Okay. So how to set healthy boundaries when dealing with addiction. Obvious, we all are dealing with addiction. Does that mean that you are all identified as addicts in here?
No.
No.
We're PS in here.
So you're PS to the treatment plan. You're not PS to me.
I don't understand.
You're Mr. So-and-so.
I don't understand.
No, not her.
You're Mr. Velasquez.
Quicksilver.
Okay. Silver dosage. Okay. Anybody would love to help me read the first paragraph under that guy sitting in, I guess he's under a bridge in Brooklyn?
It's not uncommon for individuals living with an addiction to have problems.
Can I hear you?
For the people who love and care about them, establishing and enforcing healthy boundaries can be a challenge. The process can be painful and guilt-inducing. When a person with an addiction is struggling, those closest to them are often willing to allow otherwise problematic behaviors in order to help the loved one find their way. Unfortunately, this often means letting the person cross the line when it comes to certain completely inappropriate behavior.
Thank you. So this is where us and our behaviors and our mindsets and the way that we do things alter because of our addiction, right? So we have our family who will help us, who will give us, who will intervene for us, so we don't go out and do something horrendous out there, pick up another charge because we want a quick fix. What is that called? Yep, it's called aiding and abetting. Someone being enabling. To an extent, do they have the best intentions? They do. They just don't want you to go out there and do something heinous and get in trouble, get caught, get killed. You yourself get robbed.
Something
You
you're
know?
gonna regret.
Right, and something that someone is gonna come back and say, shit, if I would have given him, if I would have given her, that wouldn't have happened. And then sometimes we can sit back and say, well, you know, when it's time to blame, well, it was her fault, it was his fault, because they always gave me, they always had for me, and in reality, they were just really looking out for you. They had their best intentions. It was just to protect you, even though, you know, it wasn't safe.
Things happen.
Things happen. So unfortunately, this is often letting the person cross the line when it comes to certain completely inappropriate behaviors. Crossing the line. What does that mean, crossing the line?
Disrespect. You're going over
You're
people's
going too
boundaries.
far.
Like crossing
far.
boundaries. Disrespect.
Disrespect.
Like going over boundaries, crossing boundaries.
So we're going to bend the rules. Doing the total opposite of what a person said they would not allow you, they do not want you to do. Yeah, you still went ahead and did it. Disrespecting someone, most definitely. Even though you and we will lie to our significant others or family to leave the house, that's still crossing boundaries. You know, here we are telling people, well, don't lie because I don't like liars, but yeah, you're doing it yourself. Don't lie to me, I don't like that, but yeah, you're lying to people. Okay, is this where values come in?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of us have crossed the line here? Oh, you should be good guys at this table. Aw.
How many bullshit?
What?
How many bullshit?
Oh, I crossed mine a lot.
This is a good table right here. My all stars. Okay. What is boundaries to you, as your own definition? What are boundaries?
Boundaries to me are like, if I talk to you with respect, like you don't talk to me like you don't like go back and forth, we don't disrespect each other. You know, be like, oh, can I use this, or do you think we can get this? Not be like, okay, I give you the money, expect you to do something else, and you spread it on nonsense.
Anyone else?
Limits of tolerance.
How are we going to do this mocking later if you guys don't understand the boundaries? That makes sense.
You can say, crossing into somebody's privacy maybe?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's true. So boundaries are kind of like your own sense of rules. Yeah, you set yours. I will not allow you to disrespect me. I will not allow you to come in here and disrespect anybody else. I will treat everybody with respect. I will not allow, the profanity to exceed to a point where then somebody else is going to feel offended. I will not allow anybody to throw out any prejudice or any sexual, slurs that are inappropriate. Those are boundaries. Boundaries are when we set rules on how is it that we're going to do something, so we can get started and it can actually have a good outcome. When it's like a sense of direction. If you don't have a sense of direction in anything that you do, then you're not going to know how to maneuver around this. You're just gonna have chaos. You're gonna have miscommunication. You're gonna have people doing this, that, one way, another way, and then it's gonna be a total flop. Yes, sir.
The boundary is that's the police part, right?
Police?
It's up to your belief. People set their boundaries.
Not so much, it's more like rules, like things that we want to do on too.
Boundary means like, what your belief is, how you grow up, and how the principles, or the rules, how you grow up, that's like a belief system.
That's a belief system, yes.
I mean,
Can you incorporate that in your boundaries? Yeah, you can.
yeah, because that's the way how you were taught.
Mhm.
So,
But sometimes we can't put our beliefs in the workplace.
true, I'm saying you have boundaries just like you the county. And that other boundary between client and county.
Right.
Okay, so we need to know that. And then some people that say, if you have a job tax, have a boundary between a job tax and individual. So, you know what I mean? I'm saying that on that aspect.
Yeah, so beliefs, and let me throw in culture with that. So in my culture, Spanish culture, right? Who's Spanish here? 1, 2, 3, a few. Hey, I want to say. Hey. Well, welcome. So when we greet with embrace, right? And embracing here,
No.
there's a lot of culture who does not like that, who don't appreciate the coming too close. God forbid, we usually would do an embrace and we kiss to the cheek. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't even hug. Pat if that. Here, we cannot do that. So yes, there are boundaries. Those are the boundaries. Yeah. Out there, culture-wise, we can't embrace.
I was gonna say, well, see, a boundary I used to cross, especially when I was like using, and it kind of be to push people away, is like arguing with like family or friends or relationships. I would like kind of hit insecurities or things that I know will upset them. Like, you know, like we'll be arguing and like order kind of like, it's kind of me just pushing away so I can be left alone. Really, it's just me being an asshole, but it's push boundary because I'd hit things that I know would upset them. Like there's certain like things kind of like triggers, you know, that I know like, you know, if you know somebody well enough, you know certain things that if you say to them, it'll upset them. So like you could have a normal argument, but you can start hitting things that usually are like, you know, kind of forbidden that you shouldn't be doing an argument, but I would hit those in order to be left alone so I could just do my thing. And that was one of my biggest things where I crossed the line with people arguing with it.
Crossing the line.
Yeah, and just hitting stuff like, you know.
Pushing buttons.
So you will break your home boundaries, your house rules, so that they can leave you alone?
Well, not just house rules, I'm talking about relationships too. and
Oh,
stuff,
relationships,
You know, everybody, family, friends, relationships, like, you know, like certain girls, like I was with one girl and she was really insecure over blondes. And she was naturally blonde, she just dyed her hair, but she was like, I guess she was from the dirty blonde or something, but if I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna go do something with a blonde, you know, it would like upset her a lot more than me just like, you know, just having a long argument. I'd hit that so she would just leave me alone. And like, you know, it's just wrong, but it's me crossing the line. It's just because I want to be left alone. She wanted to argue.
So what if she walk away?
You were an
Why
asshole.
you gotta tell her that?
I was high. I'd take bars and I'd become like, I'm
Yeah.
a
Biggest
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. On bars, I'm a real asshole.
Okay,
Certified.
You said what?
certified. Well, if you know that,
It's wrong though.
Right,
I look back
so-
and that's why I'm like, I really crossed the line. I'm not just saying today, but I already been noticed that I didn't have to do all that. It was me being extra.
extra boundaries.
Ha.
Okay. All right, so boundaries are limits to what is acceptable or can be tolerated in a relationship. Again, set of rules. Okay, in the literal sense of the word, boundary is a dividing line that separates one area from another that can be marked by a physical barrier like a fence on a road. So it is something that you put up, that you say, I will not do this, I will do it like this, we're gonna do it like this, because of the situation, because of where you are. Obviously, some of the boundaries we have here, I do not have the same boundaries outside. Same boundaries you guys have in here, those are not your boundaries when you go back home to your family. They're very different. How many of you have had boundaries before? Before you got here? You guys have boundaries?
As far as.
Huh?
As far as.
For yourself? James,
Like,
you-
own boundaries.
Yeah,
With your family members.
yes. What were some of your boundaries, if you don't mind sharing? I got you.
Not well, like how you said, like those to me, like I'll give them a hug, kiss, how you doing? I'll play it out with them so they know not to really take me serious because that's just me. So when they don't see me acting out or being clown, they're like, well, it's something like something's wrong. You got bad tensions, or you're dwelling on something that you're gonna act out, and that's that. We know where that leads me at.
I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like people counting my pockets.
How much money you got? Is it they don't worry about?
Who does that?
A lot of kids, your kids do it.
Kids, girlfriend,
You don't have kids.
Especially girlfriends.
You have kids?
no, I don't got kids. But
What kids are you referring to?
You just said
they see you at the ice cream truck, and then it's on the pocket. But your grandma, your mama, your
Wow. That's too much.
your brother,
Your auntie,
auntie,
you in your house? Boundaries.
you did, but count my pockets down.
Wow. Who else had their hand up? Yes, sir.
I always had boundaries to what drugs I'm gonna do. No cocaine. Smoking on rocks. I smoke a little weed. I did a lot of it before. A lot. But I didn't know it before. And how much I'm gonna drink? I have boundaries on that. 2 cups. Good.
So you set limits.
Yeah. I don't want to get this wrong.
Okay. Wow. I can actually applaud that. Very, very, very well put. Yeah. Have anybody ever thought about that?
No,
Like limits when you are using, what is that you're not gonna use, what is that you will use? What are you using a little bit of?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going in all the way, full throttle. Not stopping. You gotta stop until I pass out.
My boundaries are always set for like, I can call certain people and ask for certain kind of help, but never for money. Even if I'm sober for 6 months, if I'm asking for money, they know I'm using, so there's no reason I can't make whatever I get, 600 a week, whatever it is, to survive on. So I can call and ask for prayers, I can call and ask for food, maybe, a ride, maybe, but never money. That was a boundary that was set years ago between whatever friends I still have that I haven't burned or bridge with possibly, or, people in my sober support system. You can't call your sponsor. These guys that got 5 years sober, they're not dumb, you know what I mean? You can't manipulate that situation. Now, if they're naive to this shit, then yeah, I can pull my car broke down on 95, man, I need $60 more to get a tow. Cash App you real fast, that type of shit you can pull on certain people, but there was boundaries that were set years ago with my youth that I can't ask for any money anymore, from really anybody in my life, you know what I mean? But there's different boundaries as far as like I said, like a ride or food.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I always put up some boundaries, just so I didn't, like, when I was out using, like, I wouldn't do GHB and Sanders, because I'll wind up, like, in that hole, basically. Or, GHB, there's 2 downers, it's that downer and a downer, so. That's just like a little boundary. So that's still myself.
I'll kind of piggyback off what these two said. As far as like what Jeff said, like asking friends or family for stuff, like I'm the same. My family's the same. Like I can't ask them for money. They'll say, hey, if you need help paying the bill, give me the bill. Let me see the bill, and I'll pay on my credit card. Or if you need whatever
food, I'll buy you food. They won't give me cash, they won't give me nothing, they won't let me stay in the house overnight. You know, at family functions, they know like a bunch of us in the family. Like I got cousins that are alcoholics, they won't have alcohol at family gatherings.
That's nice.
Like,
Being very conscious of everyone.
yeah, I mean, it's a little insulting sometimes. But, I mean, you go is if you want to do your thing, you do it before you get there, you know? Or you do it on the side, you know, if you want to do something. But like, just out of, you know, that's their boundary. I gotta respect their boundary, you know? So, I got that. And then as far as like this guy said about using, I mean, that's for some people, but I know me. Like, there's certain things I don't have an issue with, but like, my drug of choice, I can't be like, I'm gonna use a little bit. Like, I can fool myself for a little while, like a day or two. But it's like, once it's on, it's on. Like, I'm in it. I can't be like, oh, I'm gonna use just a little bit today. Next day, oh, maybe I'll just use a little bit, you know, less or more. It's not like that. It's just like, I'm gonna use until I'm good. And your tolerance goes up. My tolerance goes up. And I'm right back using, putting all my money in it, you know. It's like, I can't fool myself, you know. I've done that before.
Yeah, usually, how people speak to each other, like there's certain things you can't say about them or to them, or just how you talk to them in a certain way. I guess how they like take care of themselves. Like I set my own boundary. Like I can't look a certain way before I have to check myself. You know? Because I'm crossing my own line. And then what was the other one? I'll get the other one.
I would say for myself, I mean, I try to set my boundaries and apply my values. You know, one big thing for me is like cursing and stuff. You know, I think you don't have to curse, but get your point across. You know, yes, I curse sometimes, but that's really when, you know, it kind of loses its punch when you're using it all the time. You know, when you hear me curse, it's because I mean it. You know, that's one thing. That's the same thing with money, with friends and such. That's just a given. I mean, just over experience of doing it. And another thing is like respecting women and such, you know, making sure you keep the door open. Just typical manners that you should have, you know.
The horse playing, like, sir, you can't play like horse play a certain way, like people get, you know, really offensive. Like if you push somebody, like, you know, that might be okay, but if you like slap somebody in the back of the head or just anything like that, could definitely be crossing the line.
See, I feel that the horse playing, like, there's certain like times like I usually don't like to like do the touchy horse playing unless it's like, you know, someone like I truly know from the street.
Yeah.
Like Mario, I can fuck around with him. But yeah, he's at work, but I'm saying I actually like know him from outside and we hang out. But other than like I don't play with people in their rooms, I don't play with people like while they're taking showers. Like there's just certain places like, well no, some people do that. They'll like throw shit on people and stuff like that. No, I'm dead serious. I'm just saying though, that's somewhere I don't open those doors because that's somewhere I don't want to go. You know, I don't like going to people's rooms and shit, playing with them. There's just certain things like, you know, I had to make that clear when I first got here and shit. Someone thought it'd be funny to like flip my bed on the floor after I just clean my sheets and shit. So I snapped, you know, but I made it pretty fucking clear. I don't play in people's rooms, you know, and there's just certain ways I don't play, you know, like, cause I can do that, like, you know, talk to each other, but all that physical, and then like there's certain places for it, like you know, and if someone tells me I'm not in the mood right now, hey, you're not in the mood right now. I respect that, like, you know, just tell me that it's communication.
No, like Bobby said, it's you open doors. That's how our people be like, they feel like they can play some type of way because you open them doors. But then you also got them people that just don't got no respect. And like you ain't open them doors, but they still feel like they can play with you like that. So it's all really how you open the door. But like Bobby said, you can laugh, keep, but that don't mean that you can slap them in the back of their head or.
Why not?
Because I didn't give you that okay to do it. Like, we're not that cool.
Nobody should really be slamming.
Exactly. Yeah, there's the,
We're all grown men. We all know that measure of respect for one another. That's the way I see it. I don't disrespect anybody, so I might be disrespected, even though it does happen at times. It might give me out of character a little, but then I have to sit there and think and catch myself. But it's like Eddie and Bobby said, I don't open doors for any negativity.
because that could lead to a big fight.
John and Omar was saying the curse words and talking to people, this type of thing. See, like, I was brought up in where I'm from. When you call somebody a fuck nigga, that's all.
I'm going off with you.
That's
When you
all.
go what?
A fuck nigga.
It's time.
Fuck boy.
Fuck
It's
boy.
time to
Yeah.
fight.
Fuck boy.
Or pussy boy. Anything.
It's time to fight.
That's already fighting
It's
words.
time to
But
fight.
I can say, like,
No talking.
in my area, it's like an environmental thing to where it's like, to a certain extent, okay, it's like, okay, say, damn, that fuck nigga just slid. Damn, that fuck nigga clean as fuck, you feel me? That's just in my area. When you go anywhere else and you say fuck nigga this and that,
That's a problem.
it's a problem. So it's a boundary.
That's like letting somebody know you want to fight them when you call them that.
Yeah.
They basically, that's what like, you ready to fight. Like, you say those words, we're done talking. There's no way. I'm saying, no, we're gonna fight.
And you can't take that back.
You can't, yeah, because you're sober now, so there's no excuse blaming on the drugs. You sober, you feel like that, and that's been on your mind, so there's no excuse.
And it ain't what we do. So
Yeah,
good.
ready to ride.
They'll call you that.
I will remember that.
That's that hurt, because you can't really hit a girl, so like when she's like, oh man, you go. That's you, me too.
That's why you got sisters.
The women, especially if you got more of a chance of a female calling you that than a dude, because when they got, everybody got feelings.
Pushes your button. They know what hit you right there.
Every day. So who cares? All right, that's what you saying. Well, that's nice. You know, good for you. I'm glad you think about me that way.
But that's why we gotta work on things.
Exactly. You gotta have your whatever struck shoulder attitude. Okay.
Sometimes it's harder when they're constantly like, yeah, you fuck that, and they're pointing that finger at that, like, whoa, that, whoa, like, there's no.
What is it, the finger or the?
It's both. It's the finger, like, it's the finger, and it's like, yeah, you getting up in my face, so man, you better back that up.
Finger to the forehead.
What? Like, hey, yo,
That's touching. Damn, that's like too much.
no, but you got some girls that when they, especially Latina, when they're Latina gets mad, oh my, yeah.
I swear to God, I don't know what you guys are dealing with. Because I have never done that. But like, just done one of these in so much.
They ain't never pushed you that far yet. So
That far.
they ain't never.
No, trust me, I've been pushed. Oh, yeah. So, listen, if you always think about the consequences, okay? You don't think about, I'm gonna break his ass, I'm gonna put her through a wall. No, you think about, no, if I do this, if I put my hands on him, I'm gonna go to jail. If you have that constantly, like in your frontal lobe, you will never fight that fate. Trust me when I tell you.
Miss Marguerite.
Yeah, but then
They
you
think about all that
After it's over.
after it's over. The first thing, I'm gonna show this motherfucker. He ain't never gonna call me that again.
That is the reason why a lot of people sit behind bars, because they don't know how to manage their emotions. You have to.
What's the phone?
To go on that, it's like self-control is a
Yes.
part of boundaries too. Like that's your own internal boundaries. Like what you say, how you say it, what you get offended by, what you don't get offended by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it gets to a point where they're like, they're telling you that, like, not every day, but damn nearly almost every day, but that shit gets like, you're like, yo, you know that gets me hot. I
Yeah,
really
but so
don't.
get from around those people. I mean, that's a boundary in
You
itself.
gotta be
Get from
prepared
around
to
them.
antagonize people. Eventually, someone's gonna go in.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a point, like, you're really looking for, like, yo, like, leave it alone, like, leave me alone, like, you're really looking for that actual That's the way I see it. 'Cause
But you know that if you carry yourself grounded, and if you set those boundaries from the get, you won't have those problems.
you still might have some people that still try.
Then you're gonna walk away from those people. Those people are not worth you going to jail. You're not worth you putting someone through, hurting them, and then you're the one who's gonna go and, get locked up. Why would you give somebody the power so that they can laugh at you going away in cuffs? That would piss me off even more.
I guess it's
Why are you
sometimes-
laughing?
Sometimes you think it's just a principle, like you're going out of your way to invade my private, my space. So I feel like you're going out of your way.
Well, listen, I know that situations have a lot to do with boundaries and the way we set them, okay? I understand that you can set your boundaries in a place maybe like this, maybe not so much in jail, maybe you could definitely do it outside, I get it. But if you carry yourself in a way that you respect yourself, everybody will respect you. But if you carry yourself loose and loud and rambunctious and you don't care, you cursing, you bouncing off the wall, well, then you're not going to be taken seriously. Think about it. The way you carry yourself and the way you look is how people will perceive you. Everyone will size you up every single day. I do. Yes, I do. Don't you?
Not everybody.
Yes, you do.
You should.
Yes, you do with them for us.
You should. And I'm going to tell you why. Because
That's human instinct.
exactly, it sure is. Because you see a person and they look like they're falling asleep, they didn't take a shower. Why would you want to go close by that person?
Oh, that's.
Now, I see this one over here who looks clean, like he showered. I'm going to be like, oh, what is it that you need? It's human nature. It surely is. You attract those that are like yourself. You will lower those people. You will, try to magnetize or get close to a person who is just like you. Especially if you know that person got it in them to do better than what they are. Sometimes people carry themselves one way. They say certain things, but when you see them on a private, a single note, they are not that person they appear to be outside. That is our job, to pull out that good person that's hiding behind that facade that a lot of us put out so that people can be, stay away from us.
But sometimes it wouldn't that be good because you want to probably be getting put away from all the negative, all the bullshit. So that's why we in a way we want to just leave that there so you don't people that really know it, they're okay, you're a good person, so we're gonna stick around. But those that don't know you and they're always in that negative mind frame, I don't want you around me.
So that's what he does. That's what Joshua does. You're around, he says it, I think every time I talk to him, he says it. You're negative, I don't want to be around you, I don't need you around you. Bruce says it all the time. Because we are sometimes bum magnets. Have you guys ever heard that? Bum magnets. We pull bums. So we need not to be a bum magnet. Break away from that. Disconnect yourself from that. To where all you're going to attract is positivity. Person is positive, person is doing it right, person knows what to say, how to say it. Wow, they got a job. Let me go talk to this person. Let me see what is it that they do, how they do it, and how I can get a job. How I can get a job in there. Maybe they know somebody else who's hiring. Boundaries for yourself. I'm going to do this. I'm going to set my boundaries. I'm going to finish this program, but I'm going to get all the best I can out of it. I just walk out of here. Okay, now what? Boundaries are important. Everywhere you go. And you know what? People will treat you the way you want them to. You just have to have your own boundaries. In the workplace, as a female, us working here, we need to have boundaries. We can't come in here with very inappropriate clothing. We can't come in here acting like we are not professionals. We can't come in here and trying to be romancing anyone because those are not boundaries.
So basically, you can't do what Kira does.
No, you did not put Kira up under the bus.
Those are her boundaries. We're talking about
I've never seen.
That's her.
Talk to you like you're shit, Kira. Not supposed to come in.
So what do you do?
Wow.
What do you do? When she disrespects you, what do you do?
Take it because there's nothing we can do.
Wow.
When she sits there and tells you shut the fuck up or don't ask about your fucking meds or whatever they said that. Just realize she's very unprofessional.
So why did you ask her, why didn't you speak to you that matter?
Because then you're catching again now. Oh, write me up. Spell my name right. That's what we did.
Yeah, that.
Well, remember what I said before, that you set your own boundaries, but again, remember the situation in which you're in.
She'll do that.
Maybe
She'll be
not
the
here.
nicest person in the world, and she'll do that.
Now, she only does that to the people that are constantly bugging her, like always in her face.
Some people need their medicine.
But sometimes
I take
they-
blood pressure medicine. It took 3 weeks for me to get it one time. 3 weeks.
But you got a lot of people that bullshit and they're always in
It
her
took
face.
over a month to get my ibuprofen from CVS. Over a month. It's crazy. So, what's the special person that see working our job for us? Not get fired.
Okay, so this is what we do, okay? How do we manage that situation? We can't control her, we can't control that situation. So step 3 MRT, what do? You can't control something.
That's things like you're not.
You do what you have to do for you. In here, you do need her to give you meds. In here, you do need her to make an appointment. In here, you do need her to write you a ticket. Okay, I don't have my meds. Okay, next week, okay, thank you. 2 words. That's it. Let her carry on, let us carry on. You set your boundaries. Because the next time you come and you approach her and you say, listen, I ran out of meds, but when are you gonna get them? Oh, 2 weeks? Okay, thank you. Next week? Okay, thank you. Walk away. Don't entertain it. Don't sit there for another second. Don't feed it. Don't give it life. Pull the IV out. Walk away.
There's a certain way you gotta deal with her. Yeah. Get her to walk.
She should be a professional.
And because, again, we can't control her, we do what we have to do for ourselves. Because honestly, you need this place. Some of you do need this place. So you don't go wherever you are going.
But some
you
of
don't
us
want
need
to
our
go.
medicine, Ms. Margarita.
Oh, that?
Some of us need our meds too. We have no choice.
You're absolutely right. And I
If
will
my
not-
blood pressure's been 210 overs, I should be dead. And it's like, she don't give a fuck. Yeah, you said.
And you know what's funny? I always say, well, tell me, I'll intervene for you, I'll say something, and I have.
I pray I'll fall out.
Ms. Margarita.
So I can sue the life out of her. That's what it's gonna take. Someone's gonna get hurt under her eye.
This is what I think. When it comes to situations like this, where I came from before this, and I heard it this morning, actually from many, at the end of the day, when something's going on here, you think it's better than jail. So at the end of the day, rather than putting a sick call in and waiting a week or 2 weeks if they even get it, and then I'm gonna go there, they're gonna tell me,
They're gonna take their
just
time.
drink some water. I can say, I think I'm literally about to die. Okay, just drink some water.
And here's a Tylenol.
Yeah, here's the Tylenol. You got ibuprofen for 3 days. 3 days only, though.
Well, then
You're good,
They really don't care.
That's what I said. They have you drink water. So here at the end of the day, at least I know that if it comes down to I'm about to fall off, I can at least call 911 or some shit. 911, you ain't calling 911. I'm probably in my cell and fucking half dead, and they just they just check you like, all right, he's there. I could be hanging from a fucking tree, and they'd be like, he's good. He's alive. I see him.
He's just seeking attention.
That's how it is in jail. They don't check up on you. All they do is just walk past. Okay, he's there.
Physical body there?
No, when they're doing count shit, like in the cells and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
like they,
Hey,
as long as your body is
move your
there,
legs to let me know you're alive.
you could be dead 3 days and they wouldn't even notice. I swear to God.
But look, you make the best of it. Just remember that you are the one, if this applies, if you need to be here because of whatever reason, it is what it is. Listen, sometimes we're here with our master's degree, and sometimes people talk to us like, you're so disrespectful. Honestly, I would tell you, sometimes Ben and I get it a lot. They really dump it on us a lot. And because the situation, the place, management, who is coming from, you grow thick skin, you're like, okay, sorry. Oh, is that okay? Sure. Because of the situation. But sometimes a person will instigate you, will probe you to see your reaction because they're already pissed off. Somebody already pissed them off and they're just mad. Now they come to you and they're like, shit, why are you so calm? Why not? So they want to instigate, say things to you to see what your reaction is. People here love reaction. They will probe you until you react. When you react, then they take a step and they're like, Look at me. See?
Not all perfect.
All crazy.
Not all
Look at me.
perfect.
Loud
Does it a lot.
Everybody always says that about me.
Oh,
See? So why are you giving in to that?
Oh, yeah.
Leave mothers alone.
Did you want to say something? I know you turned your chair. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, another line.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Herein, last actual sentence. Herein lies the difficulty that people living with addiction and their loved ones have boundaries in their relationship. It is very, very difficult to set boundaries in a love relationship. Why is that? Because we carry what in our sleeves?
Your heart.
Your feelings.
Heart.
Your feelings, emotional feeling. You know why I disagree with heart? Because depression is a feeling, and you don't have to love to be depressed, but that's a feeling. That's why I say feelings. Because you can carry your mad feelings, your sad feelings, your love feelings in your sleeve, and when there's feelings involved in a situation, everything changes. If we're walking down the street and we see somebody fall, we don't know who they are. Wow, you okay? Okay, good. If it's your mom that fell, you be like, oh my God, hold on. You were probably my hand go. You want to go touch your mama. So when there are feelings involved in a situation, it looks different. It has a different outcome. It looks totally, totally different. Okay, and why is it so hard to set boundaries when it's a love relationship?
You expect more from that person like this.
Expectations? Most definitely. Your mom, anyone's mom puts you in a pedestal, like that's my son. I love my son. He is my son. Please help my son. I'm giving you my son, help him. You know, it's an expectation. And expectation is, okay, how's the hope is going to help you be better? Stay sober. Okay, boundaries and addiction. We ran through this. Boundaries are boundaries are very individual, but people with substance addiction and those close to them often have problems with respecting boundaries. Often, areas of difficulty for boundaries setting surround the very substance and behaviors at the center of addiction. So, expectations and boundaries. If you don't have expectation of how is it that you want people to treat you, you will not set your boundaries. Does that make sense? So you gotta see yourself in it. I want people to respect me. I want people to talk to me like I am a person. You see it. You believe it? Yes. Then those are the boundaries that you're gonna set and lay. But if you're like, well, I'm gonna come in and people are mean, the nurse is mean, Marcus is whatever, the counselors are this, okay, whatever, I don't care. I think it's this program. No boundaries. Where's your backbone? Where are your boundaries? Where's your values? Where's your respect?
You're gonna relapse.
For sure, you don't in here. You jump on the second floor.
I'll probably end up dead.
That's it. So, can I use you? Once upon a time, somebody in here was picking on one of my friends over here. And my friend over here had a voice. Everyone said, stop talking. You need to be talking. I went up to my friend and I said, hey, you know what you did. You know what you gotta do. Own up to it, accept it, and you'll see after that people are gonna respect you some more. My friend went ahead and he did just that. He didn't curse, he didn't shout, he didn't put no one through a wall, and he said what he had to say. Trust and believe. Today, he gets respected. He even got respect from me. And sometimes people say, oh, this drug addict, oh, this drug addict, this alcoholic. No, that's not their name. It's Mr. Sums. When I send an email out for anybody in here, it's not PS. PS is what we use internal. When I send an email out to whomever for whatever reason, it's Mr. Sums. This way, we're telling the other person, this person is being respected by me. So please, if you're going to talk to me about this person, please respect him. Those are the boundaries that we set here for you. So this way, external people come in here and say, oh, we want to talk to, because you know how your clients are. Excuse me, who are you referring to? That was the call yesterday from South Wellness. He said, I need to talk to my client. Okay. Who is this? Oh, I don't know who you are. I don't know exactly. Oh, you mean Mr. Sons? Oh, he's at work right now. Yeah, I was your secretary yesterday. So this that she called her.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So, respect. It starts off with the smallest initial meeting. If I give off another person outside of here bad info, bad vibe about you, a bad notion, that's how they're gonna treat you. But if I'm like, who, Mr. So-and-so? Oh yeah, he's here, he's not here, he's doing, he's not doing, even on those reports. Court reports don't say PSs. The court report says Mr. whatever your last name is. Just so you know. It starts with us, with us. Okay, substance abuse and addiction often rise issues of legality. We'll talk about that. It should be addressed with firm boundaries. I just talked about that. Common areas where boundaries should be set include, of course, prohibiting drunk driving and drinking or driving under the influence of drugs. Boundaries. Some of us have them, some of us don't have them. We should. Bringing controlled drugs into someone else's home or vehicle, as this can have legal consequences to the owner. We don't do that.
No, I'm saying that, you don't do that.
Like, yes.
That's how a lot of people do that.
Nice.
A lot of people do that on the street, that's how I'm talking.
Oh, okay. Okay, this one. Touching another person with unwelcome sexual or aggressive intent. Yeah.
Wow.
Who was, oh, Ken. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was bad though. I was talking to somebody here, and the person was like, so he's like, come on, I'm saying you. Did that look that bad to you? To him, it looked bad. You see what I'm saying? Perception. I was talking to somebody here, the person kept doing this to my arm. So he's like, but I really want to talk to you. So he's like, I wanted to save you. I'm like, why? He said, that just looks so wrong. Why do you keep touching you? I'm like, really? Perception, see? All right, cool. And then using someone else as an alibi to cover up illegal activity.
I do that a lot.
Boundaries. No boundaries.
But they accepted it though. I mean, they told me, man, whenever you need me, I got you.
Oh, okay, well, that's different.
And that's all they.
That's different. That's an agreement. So you're agreeing, cool. Okay. So I threw in there boundaries for smoking. So we all know you're not supposed to be smoking in here, right?
What?
What? Yeah. But you guys love that. A lot of people in here, no, let me rephrase it. Some people in here wear the same cologne.
Ashtray.
Ashtray. It's that. Let me see.
Which one? Some people don't shower.
I'm telling now.
Is it that musty with the cigarette?
It's
Which one? Ashtray or don't shower?
no, it's the Versace nicotine.
Wow. Versace nicotine.
I'm giving you those boundaries. Putting you up here. Those Versace nicotines you guys spray on. When you smell it. Whoa. You know, someone wear Versace, you gotta like flip to see what you're wearing because it smells so good.
Yeah, Versace is good.
The Versace nicotine. You gotta lay off that one in here. So you don't need
It's cheap. I understand the
Shit, they be paying $2 for it.
Okay.
They be sending the whole tray for it.
Huh?
They be sending the whole tray for it.
God. Okay, so smoking is smoking is someone else's preference around their children in their home are common boundaries for non-smokers. Okay. Smoking is known to cause harm even to non-smokers, right? We know that. Secondhand smoking. It is known as secondhand smoking. And the third-hand smoke, check this out. Third-hand smoke contaminants on the walls, carpet, and other surfaces after smoking session is hazardous to your health. This is the Versace nicotine I'm talking about.
I didn't know there was a third hand.
I heard that third hand smokes are worse. I want to smoke.
All the evidence.
Because it sticks around, it lays and it sticks on surfaces. And,
It can even harm dogs.
can I ask?
I know they smoke in this building right here. It's around. So my car, so every time I come in, it's where it's going. That's it.
Smell?
No,
So you put it on the walls? You should let them up. We're not ashed out. Okay. So third hand, now you know. So when you guys come around, your Versace nicotine, we smell it. It's not good for us. That's not fair. Okay. Personal preference and comfort are also perfectly legitimate rationale for strict boundaries. So someone comes to your house and you say, no, I don't like nobody smoking. I don't want nobody smoking. I have kids. I have whatever. Set boundaries. Come to my house. No, you can't bring no alcohol. No, you can't smoke in here. I have little kids. Whatever it is. People will respect your home. People will respect your what. Because if not, man, people are gonna start bringing things in your house, and then, like you said, like the first one, you're gonna start bringing stuff into my house, my car. I have children. No, I don't want to go jail for you.
Yeah, but every person that you get around, you can't make them to go through their pockets. Like, what you carrying on you? Turn your pockets out. That's what I'm saying. In your pockets, you can't.
You better keep that shit in your pocket.
Right, I'm
But
saying.
if you know what they do, that's on you if you allow them in the car. You know they always got dope on them and this and that. Right? Hey, you know my rules, but you still come around with that dope. You're not getting in my car. You know what the people do, so I mean, that's on you if you let them in the car. But if I know
I ain't
you
never
all,
see it like that. See, whatever in your pocket, that's in your pocket and you.
it is. But if you know a man always have dope.
Man, who?
Shit for the movie.
You don't see that thing swerve to come around it. So you just told that over here by me.
Or you do. Or it's one of those guys throwing stuff in his rig or whatever out of his pocket, put it in your car, and then you're screwed. Exactly. So if you know that's the type of person he is, hey, before you come in my car,
Are we
make
getting
sure
pulled by
that
the police or watching you?
What are you gonna do? If they throw it on the ground, you can't just.
you don't stop the car right
Like,
there.
it's just gonna be like, hey, no, that's his, and then you're like, no, that's yours. It's in your car. Then it's
Both
just
of us going.
both y'all going in, yeah. That's how it goes too.
But
It's fucked
you
up.
know I'm gonna get off though, 'cause I might sit for a while after I'm pouring out. I might sit for a while before I'm pouring out. But I'm gonna tell them fingerprint that bad. They can always fingerprint that bad. When they fingerprint that bad, if they come back to you, you going to jail. They gotta end up dropping my charge.
Do you actually think they're gonna go ahead and fingerprint the bag?
No, off the rip, they ain't gonna.
Unless it's a big amount, they probably would. If it's a big amount,
Maybe something in your pocket.
Yes, you can.
Yes, they can fingerprint the bag. So you ain't never sold no drugs. Talking about you sold crack. No, you ain't never sold no crack. You don't know they can fingerprint the bag.
Okay, let's talk about, oh no, actually we're done. So 11:30, 10:30,
Hey, Judge.
10:30, 10:30.
Get there.